What's up, my pilots? We are back playing Oblivion. The first thing we're going to do in this level up is jump back into the Market District. And we're going to get 5 points of training in Armorer from Rasan, and that is going to bring us up to 50, which is a very handy threshold for Armorer, because it is the Journeyman level, and that will allow us to repair magical weapons and magical armor as well. So that means we'll be able to repair anything we find, which is very handy. And it'll also mean I don't have to worry about not being able to repair anything that's magical I pick up. That's a huge pain. Something you have to deal with if you have a low armor skill. Oh, it's weather. Goodness. Ooh. So here we go into the fighting chance. This is a place you'll become quite familiar with. How's it going, Rasan? I can do some training right now. That would be great.
I'm willing.
Again, only 5 times per level. I accidentally skipped the text box there. I'm sorry, but it just says what I just said. So, see, now we already have 5 out of 10. I'm going to start a whole new page here. Oh, that's a half a page. Tear out the whole thing now. There we go. So we have Armorer, and that's gone up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Okay, great. So we're going to need 5 more points to come out of somewhere in Endurance, and that's probably going to be Block. I'll probably raise my Block skill 5 times. Because other than that, I only would have heavy armor to do it with. So it can be tricky. Alright, so we'll raise Block 5 times. In fact, let's go ahead and do that. I know the perfect place to show you guys that we can use something we can use to raise our Block skill very nicely. We're going to head to, I believe it's Leywin, town in the far, far south. That's going to help us out. Awesome! Awesome, awesome stuff! Gonna ball up this paper near the microphone so you can hear it, and throw it away. Oh! Hell yeah, right in the garbage can. Threw that from across the room. Totally missed, but you would never have known if I hadn't told you. Hey, when I talk through loading screens, I talk through loading screens. Don't let anybody say that I don't talk through loading screens. Increasing your major skills will increase your level. I liked it in Oblivion, or in Morrowind, when you have 5 major skills, 5 minor skills, and everything else was miscellaneous. It allowed you to pick not only the things you really wanted to do, but also the things that you kind of wanted to do. Whereas in Oblivion, it's all, okay, either you have it or you don't. There's no in between. Your minor skills are your miscellaneous skills. Margarita, that's not her. We're looking for a certain house. I believe it's either red or orange. I think it might be this house down here. Let's go look and see. But there is a woman here who's having a hard time with some scamps. And we're not going to help her. We're going to take advantage of it. Yep, this is it. Wait until the doors open at around 9 o'clock in the morning, I suppose, 9 or 10. Why is the door still locked? It's the middle of the day. Seriously? Wake up, lady. Come on now. Alright, now it's almost noon. She should be awake now. For the apprentice of mercantile and item, why am I seeing a loading screen from waiting in the middle of the street? Okay. Why the hell is her door locked? You know what? I'm gonna break in. People can see me. Okay, seriously? Why is the door... It shouldn't be locked. You know what? Just break in anyway. Ugh. Okay, this is gonna be tough, isn't it? Oh, goodness. This low security skill. Ah, shit. Frickety... 2. Ah, there we go. That's 2 times for the security went up there, by the way. Security. 1, 2. Keep track of that as well. Inside this house, there's a nice old lady by the name of Rosentia Gallientis.
Please, help me.
Oh god, your house is full of scamps. They're actually Everscamps. They're docile, and they're kind of assholes. Check this out. Slice, 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 slice. Get them pissed off at you. Oh, I killed one. Whoops. I killed 2 of them. Anyway, 2's fine. We're gonna get 2 of them mad at us, stand over here in the corner and hold our shield up, and these guys will attack us as long as we like. The whole thing about Everscamps is that, you see them over there, they just respawned. She has a staff, Rosentia Gallientis, she has a staff called the Staff of Everscamp. It's a cursed staff, and it means that these scamps follow her everywhere she goes, and if she kills them, they just reappear, with no memory of being killed, so they're not too unfriendly. But as you can see, if you get 2 of them going at you like this, you can get them hitting you a good number of times. We're going to raise our block skill at least 5 times. Actually, exactly 5 times. Any more than that, and you're wasting it. So we started at 21. I will talk to you guys again when it hits 26. Make sure that you're not wearing any armor when you do this, because blows you're taking from the sides are going to increase that armor stat, and you may not want that depending on what your plan is. Okay, it's at 26 now, as you can see. So that means we have raised block a total of 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What you want to get is those 10 points per attribute. So we now have our 10 points for endurance, which means for the rest of this level... Oh wow, I was wearing armor when I did that. I didn't even realize. Shoot. I'm not attacking. I'm standing still. Thank you. Take this stuff off. It was light armor though, so it wouldn't have mattered. We can take that off as well. And this. Okay, so we're back to nothing. You have to very carefully control what skills you increase. So armor has gone up 5 times, block's gone up 5 times. That means that endurance is done. Time for us to pick another attribute. So we've got things like blunt. Deliver the crushing blows of the mace and axe weapons more effectively. Okay. That's one way to handle it, I suppose. We're gonna need to raise our blunt skill at least once in order to get these strength attributes to click in. So let's go ahead and go for that. Let's go ahead and do blunt one time. I'm leaving. This game is still on super easy, by the way. So what I'm probably just gonna do is run around and smack these guys, one-hit KO them a few times. Free blow per. Well, maybe not that easy. Goodness. It's gonna take forever to raise our skill that way. Let's put the difficulty a little bit higher, shall we? Just so I can hit them a few times before they die. And then once my blunt skill goes up, I'll put it back on easy so that they don't kick my ass if I fight a bunch of them at once. One of the things with blunt and blade is that if you're swinging your thing around, you'll be swinging your thing around. Sometimes you won't get updates right away. They'll be a little bit delayed almost. It's really strange. But it's not too bad. I wouldn't really worry about it. It just means that sometimes you need to step back for a second, stand still, and then you'll get the increase. You see I went just then? So my blunt just went up once. Blunt. 1. And now I'm going to raise hand to hand. So I'm going to take off my weapon here. Okay, here we go. And just beat the crap out of these guys for a while. And as long as I don't have any armor on, it doesn't matter if I take hits, because it's not going to raise any armor stats or anything. So nothing's going to happen there. Athletics might increase, but that's fine. We're going to want to go for speed again this level anyway. So athletics and acrobatics are good. We're going to keep track of those. In fact, they're at 13 and 11 right now. Okay, so let's go. 13 and 11. Which one is which? Acrobatics, and then athletics. Okay, we're gonna watch those increases as well. So again, we're gonna raise our hand-to-hand 9 times because we're using blunt 1 time. Hand-to-hand is starting at 16, or did it already go up 1? I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm gonna go to 26 in hand-to-hand. It probably did just go up, didn't it? How fast is it increasing? Yes, it did go up 1 already, so I'm gonna go to 25 instead. Should be enough anyway. Keep punching things. While you're doing this, keep punching constantly. It'll make your fatigue go down, which will mean you do less damage with each blow, which means you can get more blows in before they die. And again, it's not about how much damage you do or about how much damage you take. It's all about the number of times you complete an action. So, the number of punches, not the amount of damage. When you're taking hits for your armor skills, it's about the number of times you're hit, or the number of times you block. It doesn't matter how much damage you protect yourself from. It's all about the number of times. Yeah! You now have a new standing power attack, which looks like this. BAM! On top of your head. Yeah, wait, can I... Yeah, here we go. Looks like this from the side. Well, no, maybe I can't... Oh, I can't do it, can I? Looks like that. There you go. Wow, I'm glad I could show that off in that angle. Alright, so I got 9 for hand-to-hand, which means we now have 10 in strength, 10 in endurance, and now we're going to go for 10 in speed. Which means I want to raise my athletics skill, and I want to raise my acrobatics skill. Jumping around, running around, is going to be the fastest way to do this. As long as I have nothing equipped, I have nothing equipped, essentially, no weapons, no items, nothing, and I don't attack anybody with my bare fists. Running and jumping around, the only thing that's going to go up is going to be my speed stats that I'm trying to increase, but I don't need to increase them too much because I do get some light armor to finish off the level. So really all I need to do is raise athletics and in acrobatics at least, well, it looks like that's at 6. So I'm going to get 4 light armor levels, which means I need to raise my athletics and acrobatics a total of 6 times between the 2 of them. So 5 more levels than I have now. I'm going to run around, jump around, and hopefully get them to increase. I could just tie up my joystick with a rubber band and run into a wall for a while, But I prefer hopping around the cities and raising my acrobatics instead. It's just more entertaining for me. Get to see things, run around, pass time in game. So I'll meet you guys back when I've raised these 2 levels, acrobatics or athletics, a total of 5 points. I have to wonder what this would look like to the people of this city. There's essentially a naked female orc running and jumping all around the town. Not talking to anybody, just running around, jumping off of rocks and things, bumping into people, just being crazy. I feel like that would make me, I'd be a little bit scared. Alright, with that it makes 6. 4 acrobatics, 2 athletics. Let's go ahead and put on our light armor. Our rough leather stuff. Oh yeah, it's so rough. Why do I have this sackcloth crap? Alright, so we'll wear this rough leather cuirass and try to get, BAM! 4 level ups. That's what we want. 4 level ups in light armor. Oh, wait a minute. No, before you do this, don't forget, turn the difficulty all the way down so you don't get killed. So now we're going to grind for 4 level ups in light armor. With any guard who wants to help us. Alright, that makes 4. We got that rest and meditate message, you know what that means. Time to go, pay off our fines. We need to find somewhere to sleep. I know of a bed that's almost always available. It's in the waterfront district in the Imperial City. Doesn't matter if we fast travel around, let's just head up there and go use that bed and get our 2nd level up. Hopefully another perfect one. Alrighty then, here we are on the Imperial City waterfront. I'm gonna run over here. Don't do so much jumping now. We need to go just over this wall. Maybe it's safer just to walk around so I don't go raise my acrobatics skill in extra time. But we should get a nice little free bed over here. Yeah, there he goes. There's Amy's hay. He's not using his bed. Mind if I borrow this, buddy? And don't worry about whether or not you're ready to go, because you'll get an autosave before you level up. And it's another perfect one. 5 to strength, 5 to endurance, 5 to speed. Thank you very, very much. It's a beautiful thing. Now it looks like we're, ready to go for another level. And this is how it is going to continue for the rest of my leveling scheme until all of my skills have reached 100. I don't think you guys want to watch me do this forever and a day, so it's not going to be recorded. If anything amazing happens during it, I'm not going to do anything to advance the main quest. You guys aren't going to miss anything. I may have to go pick up a couple master trainer quests, but honestly those are usually very easy and not very interesting to show, I suppose. You've already seen Alex Lankoa, and that's the blade one. The blunt one is actually this lady named Irene Metric in the Imperial City. Ginvolm, I showed you, he does the armor. Destruction is this weird dark elf lady who lives out in the forest. She can be a pain in the ass to find. Basically I'm going to continue as much as I can doing perfect leveling, if it's at all possible. You'll get to a certain point where it becomes really hard to get 10 points in a skill, because let's say you put 5 points in armorer and you need to get 5 other points in endurance. Well, you don't want to get them from heavy armor because it'll make you level up. So you have to go down to block. What if your block skill, because you're level 18 by now, what if your block skill is at 80? It takes forever for it to go up. Now it's just going to take ages. And so it'll get to a point where I'll stop taking perfect levels, and I'll start taking mediocre ones where I get 5 on 2 skills, and then eventually I'll get high enough where I'll only have a couple skills left and I'll be taking 5 on 1 skill. But the whole idea here is that we get our endurance up to 100 as fast as we can, and everything else after that is gravy, because our endurance affects how much our health increases at each level up. And so the faster it gets to 100, the faster our health goes up from the very beginning, and it isn't retroactive. So raising your endurance later won't up your health as though it had been high all along. It has to be early. It has to be before you level up. That's the only thing that it affects, essentially, is level ups after it increases. It doesn't work backwards. No retroactiveness there. Whereas the other skills are totally the opposite. Strength, intelligence. Strength increases our encumbrance. Intelligence increases our magicka. It doesn't matter if we have those the whole time or not. As long as they get up there, up to 100 at the end, that's good enough. Okay, so I'm going to keep going with this strength, speed, endurance mix for a while, and I might switch up to intelligence with the other skills. Raising... Let's go through the skill list, and I'll tell you guys how I would personally raise each skill if I wanted to grind it up. Okay, so... Armorer, you're going to find anything you possibly can that you can repair, and fix it. Buy all the thrift shop's goods, fix the goods, sell the goods back. Go dungeon diving and find and repair every piece of armor you see. Duplicate lots of hammers. For blunt, destruction, blade, hand-to-hand, for those 4, just beat up the Everscamps as much as you like. And that'll give you the increases there. For heavy armor and light armor, wear the armor and let a bunch of guards beat you up. For block, punch an Everscamp and let the Everscamps punch you a whole lot back, while blocking their blows with your shield. For alchemy, duplicate lots of alchemical ingredients and create a humongous number of potions, because all it is to raise alchemy is increasing your number of potions that you make. And then for destruction, again, you can use the Everscamps if you like, or you can create a destruction spell that casts a little bit of destruction damage on yourself and constantly cast it as you run around, because as long as you're hitting something with the spell, it'll work. It even counts it if you hit yourself. So you can create a spell that does 1 fire damage for 1 point on self, and just cast that constantly as you're running around the world, and it'll up your destruction skill for you. For sneak, find a good dark corner to run into, like those ones in the tutorial. Anything where there's somebody sleeping or standing around nearby, just run into a corner near them. Tie the control stick up and just continue sneaking into a corner. That's all you have to do. For athletics, you can run, but swimming is actually better. So if you can find a place where you can swim up into a corner and tie the control stick up, you can just swim forever and raise your athletics as much as you like. Blade we already talked about, block we talked about. For alteration and conjuration, the only thing that you can do is constantly cast spells as you run around on yourself. So you see here, breathe or walk on water. Get a spell that's underwater breathing for 1 second and cast it constantly as you run around. Or here, summon Scum and Scamp for 1 second. You just constantly cast that. Again, for light, for shield, whatever, just make it 1 point. Heal yourself for 1 point. The whole idea is that it has very low magic cost. You can cast it constantly. Acrobatics is just the number of times you jump, so just jump all the time and it'll go up on its own slowly. Marksman, it's tough. You can use the Everscamps. You're going to have to shoot things with the bow and have the arrow hit a living target in order for your marksman to increase. So using the Everscamps is a pretty handy way to get that one done. Other than that, it's just going to be using it. It's kind of a pain. I would do it for training on that one if you can find a trainer. I don't offhand know who it is. Mercantile, just buy and sell crap a lot. You can actually buy goods and then sell them back, buy goods and sell them back. As long as you can find a way to make money by duplicating things, you can continue doing that as much as you like. For security, it's just picking locks as much as possible. If you have the skeleton key, you can just go around and basically just pick shitloads of locks. Honestly, raising your security to really high level there's no real point to it, because if you get the skeleton key, your pick never breaks, and it basically breaks the whole security interface, so you don't really need to have a high security. For speechcraft, you can just persuade every single NPC you run into. Walk up to him, talk to him, initiate the speechcraft dialogue, and butter him up as much as you can until it maxes it out. Get really good at that minigame, and continue to play it all the time. Every single person you see, raise up their what's it called? How much they like you, their disposition towards you. And that's it. All the skills can be done through repetition. Lots and lots of repetition, and you'll get there. You just have to be patient. So I'm going to continue with this perfect leveling up scheme. Thanks so much for watching. I think the next time you guys see me, I will be level 45 to level 50. I'll be somewhere way up there with a bunch of high skills. So, it may be a little while before the video comes out. I haven't actually posted any of the Fighters Guild yet, so I have 4 videos to post, which I guess this means I have 4 days to get this done. Maybe there'll be a gap for you guys, maybe there won't. The next video could come out tomorrow, it could come out a week from today, so please be patient, bear with me. The other LP, which is Super Mario 64, which you guys are going to know about, but you don't know about yet, unless you were smart enough to realize what the teaser video was, which I bet most of you were. That LP's been going on for a little while by the time you see this video. So just enjoy that one. That's a fun LP. That'll be a daily one too, so leave your comments and things on there if you want to say something to me. Because these videos are going to be all wonky, coming out in the past and the future and shit. Anyway, shut up, dude. I gotta shut up, man. I'm going crazy. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next video.